Hello, this is Ronette with Freedom and Passive Income, and today we're going to talk about the power of specialization in your business. But if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then that way you will get the latest tips, strategies, and information so that you can become financially fit and also to support your desire to dream, believe, and achieve freedom and passive income. And then the last thing is that I created a free ebook and also a free video training so that you can learn the steps to be successful with an online business. So we'll go ahead and get started. So Ronette with Freedom and Passive Income, and I'm doing my first live video at 8 o'clock like I had last week that I wanted to do. And right now I'm reading several books for my self-development, and one book that I've already read but I'm rereading it is called Business Secrets from the Bible. And so I just wanted to, every week my plan is to share the nuggets that I'm learning from this book in hopes that it's going to help anyone that's trying to grow their business and to identify the purpose for your business. And so I'm going to read some areas that I highlighted. I just finished the introduction today, and the introduction is really good because it gives an outline for basically his philosophy and his approach in terms of his interpretation. I won't say his approach because he's interpreting scripture based off of millennia of the way the Jews have interpreted the Torah, and so it's not something just random of just what he thinks. But so anyway, I just wanted to share some excerpts from what I've read, and then just share with you what my take is on it and what I'm taking from it, and hopefully it'll benefit you also. So anyway, the first thing he does, he talks about what the purpose of business is. He says, business is that most effective process of specialization and exchange by means of which humans can wrest a living from an often reluctant earth. Business is the way we interact with each other and our environment. Then he goes on to say, in a true subsistence life. So I guess we've heard a lot about minimalism, and it seems to be a concept that's becoming kind of popular. A lot of people, they want to have homesteads where they're totally self-sufficient and they make all of their own food and their clothing, and I don't want to say that they're trying to isolate themselves, but they're definitely trying to put themselves in a position where they're not relying on a lot of the I'll say modern conveniences of society, in terms of just our conveniences of going to the store and shopping and that type of thing. And if there's anyone out there that's doing this, please forgive me because I'm not totally informed about all of it, but that's just my general understanding. And so, but at first I thought that was a way that I might want to live, because the quality of the food seems like it's gone down significantly, and I thought about growing my own food and becoming a part of a co-op where I would get my meat and cheeses and stuff like that, and I could still do that, but at the end of the day I'm still needing to interact with other people. That's the most efficient, effective way to do it, is to interact with other people, not to be isolated. So, and he goes on, he says, in a true subsistence life, one must do almost everything by oneself. Specialization allows these individuals to throw off the shackles of the subsistence lifestyle, and business allows them to ply their trade for profit. Life is easier and more pleasant when we abandon complete independence for specialization and exchange. Homesteading is terribly inefficient when compared to a system of specialization and exchange. And I was like, that's probably true. And then I'm going to give you an example of the way I've kind of approached this, at work. So he goes on to say, if I pay my incredibly competent mechanic to maintain my BMW automobile, and if I pay the ambitious youngster down the block to mow my lawn, I thereby purchase valuable hours in which to practice and perfect my own craft and trade. We have acquired proficiency at our particular task and are able to apply efficiency by not spreading ourselves thin, By hiring them, I have more time and attention to devote to becoming better at my own trade, and I will certainly earn more money working in my own specialized trade than I will trying to save a dollar by spending my time tinkering with my car rather than paying a proper mechanic. The difference adds to my wealth. It adds to the mechanic's wealth too, and everyone wins. And that makes total sense to me. And it goes along with what my mentors are saying, and maybe your mentors are saying the same thing, is that you're better off when you're in business. Sometimes you have to do a lot of things on your own, but you definitely want to specialize in what they say it's focus. You really want to focus as much as you can on one thing that you're trying to achieve, one aspect of your business that you're trying to achieve. And then once you have mastered that, then you add on something else. And that makes total sense. And I think that's kind of what he's saying here too. And I know, like, at my job, there's support staff that can handle certain things that are supposed to handle certain things. Now, mind you, I can do it myself. I can pretty much do everything, but I always think about, I have only so many hours in a day to get certain tasks done that only I'm responsible for, and no one else can do it but me. And so I have to learn the art and the efficiency of delegating certain things that I could do myself. But if I spend my time doing things that only I'm capable and qualified to do, that's a better use of my time than doing something else that someone else is qualified to do, and they can't do what I do. So I don't know if that makes sense, but when I know that when I because initially, I was trained and we just had to do everything. But then when we had support staff, then we had to learn how to, not be in ownership of everything and not feel like we had to control everything. And so I've learned to do that. And then with my business, I've learned to, hire help with Fiverr for different things that I want that I'm not necessarily, as skilled in. I can learn how to do it, but the time that I'm learning how to do a certain skill that someone else could do in 5 minutes, they do it over and over and over again, and I can spend my time with my learning curve in my business. And I want to say that these live streams that I'm sharing about these principles, this applies to side hustles too. So because you're still providing a service to people, you're still providing a value, and so you still want to apply these principles so that principles that are going to enable you to be successful even in your side hustle. And so I think the theme today is about, he calls it specialization. I think we can also call it focusing on those things that are going to be the most impactful in moving your business forward, and delegating those things that you can afford to delegate. And I know there are some people that have more time and money, so more time than money. So if you're in one of those situations, then it might make sense for you to learn how to do some things on your own until you start developing the cash flow to delegate those tasks. But if you do have a little bit of cash flow for your business, it makes more sense for you to delegate as much as you possibly can, so that you can focus on the things that only you can do, or the things that are most important to you. There are some things that maybe some other people can do, but if you're just getting started, you don't want to delegate everything. You want to delegate only those things that is not as important to you, or things that you're not the most skilled at doing. But those things that are most important to you, you want to make sure that you get right, like connections with your customers, and making sure that the value that you're trying to provide is on point. Those are things you wouldn't really want to delegate. Now if you get blow up, then yeah, at some point you might have to delegate some more important tasks to other people. But in your infancy, or when you're getting started, or if you're just small, or if you just have a side hustle, then it's just better for you to do those things on your own. So let me know what you all think about this, about specialization versus diversification in your task. And one other thing, I want to give another layman's term, because we've all heard that term, well, jack of all trades, master of none. And so I think this drives that home also. So I think we all get that particular point. So just let me know what you think. What things are you all doing that's helping you be more efficient and more effective with your time? And that's being, helping you grow your business in the most productive and profitable way. So I would be interested in hearing what you all are doing with that. So anyway, all the best to your success, and I will be in touch, and I'll see you next week. And my goal, like I said, is to try to do these. The next week I'm gonna go over chapter 1, and I'll go over principle from that. And my goal is to try to meet around 8 p.m. on Sunday night. So anyway, take care. Bye-bye.